Now, and Leah, if anyone's running in that marathon tomorrow, I'm kind of hoping they're asleep because it's so early, but they should be in store for a pretty nice night, or a pretty nice morning, I guess.
Yeah, oh, it's going to be a great morning for a marathon. Not too hot. We're going to have some cloud coverage hanging out with us. You can see a tiny bit of cloud coverage. This is going to cause some fog, so if you're headed into town tomorrow morning for a marathon, do be aware, drive very cautiously. We're talking about fog, 6 a.m., 50 degrees. This fog should clear up by about 10 a.m., but that's well past the start of this marathon, so you early birds, we're looking at hanging out in those 50s for the first part of the marathon. And if I was doing this, I'd be going a little slow. If you're one of those, we're hanging out in the 60s for the latter part of that marathon, so it should be a very fun day. Team 23 will be hanging out at mile 23. Myself and Brandon will be there, so be sure if you're running by, make sure you stop and say hi to us or grab a water from us as we're passing those out. I want to see your pictures. Show me what you're seeing tomorrow at the marathon. Leah Pizzetti 23 ABC on Facebook, Leah Pizzetti on Twitter and Instagram. Show me what you're seeing. Show me how you like the weather. Show me how you're doing in that marathon. Tomorrow we're talking about a high of 68 degrees in Bakersfield, hanging out right around those mid to upper 60s for the most part in the valley, with some cloud coverage clearing out though a little bit by the later part of the day. We're talking about 60s up our mountains, 65 in Frazier Park, 64 degrees in Tehachapi, 68 degrees in Lake Isabella. Our desert communities breaking through those 70s, 70 degrees in Mojave, getting up to 74 degrees in Ridgecrest for tomorrow. Our air quality for tomorrow, another piece of good information for our runners. We have an AQI of 46. That is good, exactly the same as what we saw today. So we're talking about good air quality, cool temperatures, cloud coverage. It's going to be a great day to run a marathon tomorrow. And our week really is staying pretty stable. We're talking about 68 degrees tomorrow. We do jump up to 71, but for the most part, we're hanging out right around those 60s. This is very average. It's a very average week ahead for us, but thankfully that's good for us. That means we're right where we need to be. Cloud coverage hanging out for a lot of this week. Kern River Valley is looking at 68 degrees for tomorrow as well, hanging out in those 60s for the rest of the week, jumping up to 72 degrees by Saturday. So once again, a nice and cool week. Tehachapi 64 degrees for tomorrow, cooling down to the 50s, but then jumping right back up to those 60s. And Frazier Park 63 degrees for tomorrow. We have some winds picking up midweek, dropping down to those 50s before picking up to those 60s. So a couple cold fronts moving our way. Cloud coverage coming, really no chances of rain though, so it's going to be cool, calm, quiet week. Awesome. That's beautiful. Perfect running weather. Yes. You talked about we'll be out there. Last year I got made fun of because I messed up when I was handing out a drink to someone. There's a great picture of it, but I've been practicing. Did you spill on them? Yeah, he kind of knocked down my hand. But we've been practicing and we're going to nail it. So come see us. We'll get you your water out there. All right. Thanks, Leah.